Hernan Cortes. Hernan Cortes was a Spanish conqueror born in Medellin, Badajoz, in 1485. He died in Seville in 1547. He studied for 2 years in the University of Salamanca, but he couldn't finish his law studies due to being quite a bad student. He then tried to enroll with the great captain's army, Fernando González de Córdoba, to fight in the Italian wars. At last, in 1504, he set sail to Hispaniola and the New World, discovered by Columbus only 12 years prior, and there he achieved a solid prestige. For this reason, Diego Velázquez, governor of the island, considered him to lead an expedition to Mexico. Velázquez had some prior knowledge about the existence of the Aztecan Empire and its great wealth, thus desiring to explore and even conquer. In February 1519, after some disagreements between the governor and Cortes, he set off to Mexico with 11 ships, 400 Spanish soldiers and 200 Indians. He stopped off at Cozumel Island, whence he got another Spanish sailor who would serve as an interpreter for the native Mayan people of the part of the Aztecan Empire they were destined for. In the Yucatan Peninsula, the Spanish expedition had confrontations with several natives, after which 20 native women were taken, among which was La Malinche, the young daughter of an Aztecan cacique, who would later become his mistress and translator from Nahuatl language of the Mayan to Aztecan and latterly Aztecan to Spanish via the sailor they had picked up in Cozumel. Vital for Cortes, and due to this, he was able to find out a lot regarding the Aztecan Empire. When they arrived to the Aztecan Empire, he founded the city of Veracruz, and there the first Catholic Mass was held. Firearms and horses used by Cortes's army terrorized the tribes of natives. One of the tribes was the Tlaxcaltecas, subjugated by Aztecans and forced to pay high taxes and give prisoners as human sacrifices in the Aztec temples of Tenochtitlan. The advance of Cortes was favored by the discontented tribes under Aztecan rule. The Emperor Montezuma sent a lot of messengers with gifts to try and convince him not to continue with his conquest, but these gestures did nothing but increase his ambitions. Cortes's arrival to the Aztecan capital was peaceful. The natives received them, pondering the possibility they had been sent by the gods. But then Cortes took Montezuma prisoner and asked him rather politely to rule according to his commands. This provoked anger, and an uprising soon followed, led by Montezuma's cousin, Cuauhtémoc. Cortes forced Montezuma to speak to his people, to calm them down, but they launched arrows and rocks that fatally wounded Montezuma. He died days later, and the Spanish, besieged by the Aztecans, fled the city. This night is referred to as the Sad Night, as many Spanish were killed in the flight. The Spanish, with the Tlaxcaltecas, regrouped and gave battle to the Aztecans, defeating them in the Battle of Atumba. Cortes took the city, Tenochtitlan, destroyed the Aztecan temples, the main temple, and drew up plans for a new city that he called Mexico, and distributed land to the Spanish conquerors to start building on. King Charles V rewarded the conquerors with land and wealth, and named Cortes governor and captain of New Spain, as the Aztecan Empire was renamed.